So it's like, imagine not even having a conscience like that, right? You have your natural instinct, you're an ape and shit, and you run into some ayahuasca. You take that shit, and what it does, like on a real level thing. I'm not trying to go too deep into it because I don't want to get anything fucked up, but like there's certain things in your brain, and it's what people refer to as like the third eye, the pineal gland. It releases certain shit, right? And I mean, to just sum everything up, that's pretty much what DMT is.
Right.
They're obviously, you don't just fucking take somebody's brain and smoke the shit. But what I'm saying is, like, the Stoned Ape Theory is pretty much saying an ape was just living, right? Eating things like it would. Ran into some ayahuasca or any type of shroom, and figuratively and literally opened their mind. You get what I'm saying? So,
okay.
With that, because I mean, it's something you really can't imagine.
No, I'm definitely following.
I'm trying to be an ape.
Oh.
It's something because we have this like deep brain. I guess you can compare it to being a child, but even then, it's completely different, kind of.
Right.
But like, imagine being that and then tripping. You know, not having an understanding of what a trip is, not having an understanding that it's even possible, but at the same time, you have no understanding of impossibility. So what you see is real.
Right.
And it's not only what you see at that point.
To what level are they
tripping?
Yeah.
I gotta say, it wouldn't be as much of a trip as now, because here's why. People make DMT.
Right.
It might be from natural things, but it's made now.
Right.
Something like ayahuasca is a mushroom, right? Capsule. So it literally comes from cow shit. So
okay.
So like, depending on how many grew on that feces and how strong it was, really determines it. And I wasn't there, so I don't know. But what I will say is, I'm sure it wasn't as strong, it wasn't as potent. However, you have to understand, I'm talking about a time where the mind that they had was literally 2 times smaller.
Right.
So to say that their trip wasn't as hard or even harder than we could imagine is also like, is that even true? Because that's what the Stoned Ape Theory is that because they saw what they did and felt what they felt. Because I don't know your drug experience, but I know me personally is the thing you hear about the ego death is it's just 100% true. You can't actually explain it in human words. We were talking about this earlier. There's something beyond English. You know what I'm saying? People think we're advanced with language, but there's something way beyond that.
Absolutely.
So it's like that next step in language, something you don't even need to speak. It's just a feeling of knowingness.
Right.
And what you feel, for the most, everybody's different, but what you can feel is like that you're one with everybody, the universe, all those things. And I'm not saying that's necessarily true, but what I am saying is,
yeah, I've definitely tripped before.
Being an ape, having that sort of feeling that they know something beyond natural instinct could be a catalyst on why the brain even thought of growing, because it opened their mind to thinking, okay, language exists.
Instead of saying I can't, it's what if, or how can I?
No, a straight up knowing factor. So I mean, giving them the ability to think can if would I, because it's
so the Stoned Ape Theory is basically saying that an ape took a drug,
right,
and that drug became their reality. Like that was
the actual theory is that's why our brain.
Because I'm not saying that I'm not calling that stupid or that couldn't be a possibility. I'm definitely following you in what you're saying.
But the actual theory is just that's the reason why the brain decided to grow, or was able to grow 2 times over the course of whatever period it was. Because the scientists of today are saying that the biggest mystery of all is how the brain grew 2 times in size. You know what I'm saying? They're saying they have absolutely no clue.
Right.
And I'm not even saying I believe in this theory, even though it makes sense. But what I'm saying is the Stoned Ape Theory is that.
Well, there's nothing around you, right? So there's nothing around you but, trees, and you still got to kill to eat and stuff like that.
Exactly.
And it's an aspect where you take this drug and then, I mean, you know what drugs do now. So it's like, then, especially at that time, and they didn't have words to even describe what they were experiencing. And then your mind just starts to vision things, I mean, because you also have to think about it too, like, it's not like a one-stop shop, like they took the drug and they were just done with the drug. I mean, that means they kept taking it over and over, upping,
Exactly. And it's another thing is like, say you were an ape or some shit, right? And just pretend you knew how to light a bowl, right? And just pretend they had one, but they never smoked weed before,
right?
But they just for some reason knew how to light a bowl and shit, and they had a lighter and all this. Just pretend. They go and they smoke marijuana. It's gonna be something divine for them, right? But as far as would it just double the mind,
right?
Would it make them know something? It might open the mind that they already have more, but would it do something on the scale of something like a psychedelic? It wouldn't. It would definitely, and you have to understand, like, weed is like my favorite drug, so I'm not even trying to hate on it.
That's what I was thinking. So the Stoned Ape Theory involves shrooms.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's I'm pretty sure it's specifically like psychedelics because, like I said, I've experienced both, not ayahuasca specifically, but certain psychedelics, and here's how I put it: like weed, you'll smoke it, and your imagination will run wild, right? It's a bunch of like I can't do this or what ifs, right? You smoke something like DMT, it's not a matter of what if, it's I know. You might not be able to explain it in words, but it's a literal feeling.
Yeah.
So it's not just so. I feel like that's why it's important to just be like to not just be like, well, a bunch of apes got high. You know what I'm saying?
Well, of course.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm sure there's lots of people who actually like truly believe in that theory, and I might not be
unless you're ignorant to drugs, would you call the theory stupid? But it's definitely a possibility that could have happened.
It's pretty.
It's even more of a possibility when you include the fact that it was psychedelics and not like marijuana. Yeah, it definitely happened.
Also, another thing is, it's not like this theory is just saying every single ape at that time got fucked up. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
It's saying that's how it was like a catalyst on why the brain started growing. You know, so even if you are ignorant to drugs, you can at least try to hear this out and be like, okay, maybe you've seen a druggie before and you know how different they are, and you don't know why they're that different. You don't even know how they're that different, but you know that they are that different.
Right.
So what the Stoned Ape Theory is saying is like there was at least that one ape. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, though, they would have had to keep taking it. It would have had to spread out. Evolution doesn't just happen,
Right.
But it did.
Well, I mean, you think of it spreading as I take it, I like it, I'm going to keep taking it. There's an abundance of it. You see another person that looks like you, and then you give it to them, and then
especially being an ape, you gotta remember, like if they're with their family or something, and if they can even come down from that, because I don't know what their trip was like, but if they can even come down from that, I'm sure the next time they saw it, they would give it to somebody they know, something that they knew. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure they took it from the cow and gave it to the cow. You know what I'm saying? Just on some like you need to know, not just try and understand, but you need to know this. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And